Hello, welcome to episode 147 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to take all of our various issues. And you know what we do, Steven? We put them in bed and we keep them up just all night. We like anytime they start going to sleep, we just poke them. We poke our issues, Steven, so that they get no sleep. They get no sleep at all. And then they think, you know what? I'm awake. I'm gonna have some coffee. And then they have too much coffee. Then they can't go to sleep at all the next day. Then they get no sleep, and then their brain's complete mush. They can't think of anything. They don't know how to start a podcast, and they get screwed over. So we can get something done, Stephen, because
We give our issues insomnia.
we give our issues insomnia. We destroy them so we can actually be productive in the world. What we really do is every week we get together and we overcome our various issues and obstacles in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural action horror comic called Deathless. Stephen, issue 2 is coming along really well. We've been so far. You've been shooting for the moon every week. Every week we start this show off and we're like, what do we do? How do we do? Do we fail? Do we succeed? And every week you're setting yourself up for failure over and over. And
Just failing.
Stephen, I think the mission is to make me look bad, Stephen. I think it's about me. I think because this is what I think. Because you're actually doing awesome work and getting things done. But what happens is what people see, what the people are watching is me calling you a failure.
And like, this boy works so hard.
He's giving it his all. He put his whole chest in that page.
I really no, well, really though, I really did think I was going to get 3 because.
But you didn't. So you're a failure, Steven. A failure. You're the biggest failure of all. You're gonna fail the very best, like no one ever failed.
To fail the most is his real test. And believe it, he will fail. But yeah, I wanted to get 3. And by Friday, I had a full page done, which was looking really good. Like, I was like, this is looking good. And I always take for granted how fast the weekends, like, fly. Like, it's just instantaneous. Like,
it just happens. We span time. It's magic. I like, why? And it's so true. I mean, it's like, I think the craziest thing is it's like just the time difference of like, hey, when something really sucks, it lasts forever. When something is fantastic, it's gone in a second. Just let me have my weekend.
Like, damn weekend.
But it's like, it's good because that means we're in those moments. We're living that, we're just like in that time and along with that flow of time and not kind of being the Rock hating what's happening, because like that's when we really feel that passing of time. We're trying to fight it. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. I wish I wasn't doing this thing, so it's good. It's good. And it's also freaking infuriating because it makes life feel like it's going by so quickly. But yeah, dude, same. My weekend went by really fast. I did get a lot done, though. I will say I wanted to completely catch up because I was being stupid, and I was trying to I was trying to pull Steven. I was like, I'm going to be super ambitious and maybe get something done. But what I did was I discovered like a technique that totally works for me in such a better way for flatting. And like, because what I was doing, so for those of you who might not be familiar with flatting, essentially what you do is you trace over the lines of a drawing and fill in with a particular color. It can be excruciatingly boring, like tedious task to do and like click around lines and make sure you're filling in all the gaps properly. But Stephen, what I decided to do was I'm using a lasso tool and my pen, my stylus, and I just zoom in and just perfectly trace your drawings with my hand, like, because I draw.
Yeah.
It's like I was like,
so much easier than a mouse.
Yeah, I was like, I like to draw. So here's the thing, like my fear. So what I was doing before clicking is I was coloring, right? Like just standard coloring. But what happens when you do that, or when I do that, is you get kind of lost in the motion of doing it. So you forget you're on a time crunch. I'm trying to work fast and like I want to work hard. But like there's something relaxing and soothing about just like coloring something in. It's just like, it's like the 40-year-old virgin where you're like, I'm gonna paint your silver pants blue, or like, like you sit there and you just like get into one little thing and it takes so long, but it doesn't have to. But it's just like, it's really easy to get into
and get lost in like what you're doing. Yeah,
you get lost in it. It's like that myopic, just like,
that's like me when I'm starting to do hair, like in the comic. I'm like,
yeah,
all right, wait, how many? I'm like 16 times zoomed in right now. How many hair follicles are you to put on this guy?
I've done 3 hairs. I have Homer Simpsoned him appropriately. But yeah, dude, so what I realized was, instead of coloring and like getting lost in it that way or clicking around, I use the pen lasso tool and just trace your lines, and it works so well, and like anytime, and it's the easiest thing to correct as well. So like if I do it and I miss like a little bit, I can just add it really quickly, or if I add something that I shouldn't, I could just do a delete lasso tool for 1 second. Like it's such a faster process that I literally have basically caught up. I'm on the last page that you've given me, and like
Nice.
and I'm almost done with it. So it's like it's been such a faster process. I watched.
Wow, so you're basically caught up to like page like 16 or 17 or something, right?
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. Like I've been working so fast, and like I watched all of the show The Bear this week. Like while I'm like, and that's my favorite thing about coloring is I can put something on and just kind of like watch it.
Is The Bear the one with the guy from Shameless? No,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a cook or something.
Yes, he's a cook.
Yes.
Yeah,
I liked he was Lip in Shameless, and he's my favorite character in Shameless. So.
Yes. But dude, it's a great show. I freaking love it. I actually I got my dad to watch it. I'm just like, it's one of those shows where it's like it's there's a lot of anxiety and like a lot of like if you have any kind of like familial tension, which a lot of us do, you can relate to a lot of the stuff in various ways. And it's like, oh gosh, I don't know why I'm wanting to relive this right now, but I'm loving it. I can't explain why.
Ba 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 ba.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's been a crazy week. But like I'm gonna say I also am with you. I'm a huge failure because I did not finish the thing that I wanted to do. So equally as much as you, but slightly to a slightly lesser degree.
But man,
I also am a failure.
The book is so close because like I basically got 2 pages. You're flatting almost all the way up to where I'm at now.
Yes.
Like I literally only have 2 more pages to rough.
Yeah.
And then what? 4 pages to fully ink, including those 2 that need to be I mean, that's crazy. We're so close.
We're so close in this book. So we're gonna get there, guys. Like everyone, just thank you for your patience. We're trying our best to get there. We did say like we're aiming for June, July. I'm really excited that like it's not yet July and we're already like on the cusp of this.
The best part is we will definitely have digital copies are going to be done in probably like very soon, and then we just got to get all the rewards worked out and then ship them all out. So
yes, dude, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. Otherwise, it's been just an exhausting week. It's just been like I'm trying to get things done. Like I don't even know. Like I had some issues. Like the reason I said the thing about the issues, staying up and getting becoming an insomniac is because like, dude, I did not sleep last night. Like I don't know what it was. I was like just feeling so like I was just not
anxious.
Sleep. I was just anxious, and I don't know what it was.
I hate those nights, dude. I have those nights where it's just like every sound, every I mean, you just can't go to sleep. It's impossible.
Yeah, and it was killing me. And like that thing that happens where it's like, okay, well, maybe I have to pee. I don't really have to pee. Okay, but now that I'm thinking about it, I better get up and try to go to pee. I better try to go pee and just get it out, because otherwise I'm going to sit here and just think about like if I have to go to the bathroom. So I get up and I'm like, oh, I don't really have to pee. And then like I just try everything. I'm like, okay, maybe I need some water. But if I drink too much water, then maybe I'll have to go to the bathroom. And then I'm like, it's a vicious
circling back.
It's cycling back, and I'm just like driving myself crazy. And it was so funny because like I was sitting here. I was so tired all day today, and I was trying to think of something for the podcast. I was like, okay, I need something that's going to be fun for the podcast. Maybe we'll do like a bitches get stitches. And the thing that came out of my brain was so stupid. And it's that I still want to give it like let's do a pitches get stitches.
This is a B-rated pitches get stitches.
So every once in a while, my dumb brain, comes up with an idea for like a movie or a story. And usually, not always, not going to say always, not going to go there, but usually I feel like there's some like potential there. I'm just like, oh, whatever this story is, it might be silly, but there's something to it that I enjoy, like something fun about it, This one though, Steven, I was like, here's the thing. No one's going to know what I'm talking about. It's stupid as hell. It doesn't mean anything. But it made me giggle because it was so bad. And I was just like, okay.
So this is a movie you would watch on a Thursday night.
Yeah, this is a movie I would watch on a Thursday night. There's no chance this would be a good movie. I'm gonna say that right now. So stupid.
Jean-Claude Van Damme 3.
Yes. Okay. So there's Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? He's handsome as ever, just like like beautifully sculpted person. He's out and about. He's kind of like I'm not gonna say squandered. No, he's a good man doing good things. He's donated the majority of his money, right? He's given away everything he's ever gotten. He's a man out just looking for himself again. He wants to rediscover what JCVD is all about. He's like, I'm out here trying to be my best self with his accent. Not gonna do it. But, so he goes out in the world and he's traveling, and he's in this little village and he starts hearing like there's a castle up on the hill here, and it's been abandoned. No one's been there in years. If only someone were brave enough to get in there, we can get the treasures inside and save our village. Jean-Claude is like, I'll do it. This is me. This is
my life's final mission.
So he starts asking around town. He's like, trying to figure out, like what he can learn about the castle, and like he goes to this like a local tavern. And he's asking questions, and like little does he know that there's a dark figure in the tavern as well. Someone who's just like, give me like a hideous figure, Steven, like a Quasimodo almost, like a. I mean, we can even go Quasimodo. It's literally
it's straight Quasimodo played by John C. Reilly.
Okay, so it's Quasimodo. It's John C. Reilly in a Muppet suit, right? Just ugly as hell.
But his eyes are coming through.
Oh, his eyes are coming through. He's walking. It's all him. But it's John C. Reilly as Quasimodo sitting at the other side of the bar listening in. And what he hears is Jean-Claude Van Damme getting this information about the castle. And what he hears is that he intends on going in there, contending with whatever he has to, getting the treasure and bringing it back to the people. And Quasimodo is not having it. He's like, haha, I'll go with you, let you clean up the mess.
You think you're gonna go up there by yourself, mister? You're gravely mistaken.
Yes. So but Quasimodo's plan is to go up there, go with him, let Jean-Claude do most of the work, then betray him, take the money, and leave for himself, So they get up there, and when they get there, they quickly realize that this castle is just covered in blood. It's just bodies, blood, just all kinds of like drained corpses all over this place. And they see, a giant portrait of what looks like, what we would recognize as an obvious vampire. They're like, oh, that's a vampire. So they go in there. And it becomes this like it starts as a battle, but becomes like a buddy, like a partnership where they realize that they have to work together just to survive escaping this castle, because there's clearly a very hungry, very ancient vampire in there. So it becomes a race for the money, but also they have to a race for their freedom in their lives at that point. They have to try to stop the vampire together.
If one of them even stops for a moment and says, "Give me the lamp," it's over. Like it's over.
You can't. You need to be on your best behavior.
Both need, yeah.
So they're gonna, so that's what it's all about, and it's called The Good, the Vlad, and the Ugly.
Oh man, The Good, the Vlad, and the Ugly. I love it though.
It's so stupid, Steven. I was like, my brain is mush. Give me anything, and it's like, how about The Good, the Vlad, and the Ugly? I was like, I'm not gonna say that, and my brain's like, yeah, you are. It's gonna
the Claude, the Vlad, and the Riley.
No, but oh man, it's just been crazy. Like with not sleeping, I was already on edge, right? And right before we recorded, dude, I was like, okay. This is what I do. I'll tell you like okay, no, before I go on, what is your routine with like the family right before we record? How does it work?
Kids, shut the hell up. I'm about to record and they can hear you from the living room. No, I'm just kidding. So usually I spend like that.
It's that, but with a gun.
Like a lot of them. But no, usually it's summertime, so it's a little different with the kids, but usually I have already gotten the kids into bed, and I usually spend that 30-45 minutes like with Tina directly, and then get up, brush my hair out as fast as I can, and then get ready and come in here. Usually wait for you for at least 20 minutes. I mean, I'm always waiting.
I'll tell you, while you're waiting for me, what I'm doing is either planning the podcast, or what I normally do is, especially during summer, like you said, it's different. Like during
strategies.
It is, because during the school year, I don't like, there's no guilt. I could be like, oh, it's bedtime, so you can get a reasonable amount of sleep, wake up in the morning for school. That's good. Let's do this. That's good parenting. Summertime, we don't have to wake up at the same time. We have to wake up way later than normal. So I'm like, I feel guilty. I'm like, oh, the sun is still kind of out. why do I don't want to send you to bed? So I feel guilty. So I'm like, I go through, but I try to spend as much time with Atlas as I can. I like, get silly with him. And like, so, and that's normally what I do is like, we'll play video games. We like just like run around the house being, ridiculous and stuff. And I set him up for bed, say goodnight, do all the stuff, come in here. So tonight, what I was doing is he was in my room and I was like throwing him on my bed. And he was just like, he's like, do it again. I was like, okay. He's not going to be throwable for much longer. He's like, he's getting tall. So I'm like, I'm going to throw him and he's going to destroy the world. He's going to be a wrecking ball soon. But like, other than that, I'm going to
Katamari or whatever.
I'm going to die, dude. I'm going to throw on my back, just trying to lift him, but like, so I've been throwing, so I'm throwing him and I throw him and he like lays down in the bed and then he's like, one more time. And I was like, no, I was like, all right, come on, I have to start getting ready. He's like, come on. And he's like being really silly. And he kicked my computer. And when he kicked my computer, my monitor shut off. Like everything shut off. My computer goes boom. And my monitor shuts off and everything shuts off. And I go, oh, that's not a good sound. Like this is.
You just like hurricane kicked that computer.
Yeah. And he looked at me like, oh, like all the color like rushed out of his face. And I was like, no, it's okay. It was an accident, but like, give me a second, So like he left, dude. I tried turning on my computer and it would not turn on. Like I tried turning it on. It would not turn on. Finally, I turn it on. It turns on and it's not, my monitor isn't reading the computer at all. And then my computer starts beeping and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening right now? I was just like, I don't, okay, here's the thing. I have gone from my tablet coloring to the computer coloring and now back to my tablet coloring, but there is a chunk of pages that I colored specifically on the computer that I do not have backups for. Like
they're just on the computer.
They're just on the computer. Like the way you have files in the world, it's like, like you trust these.
In the computer?
In the like karate chop my computer. But the way I can't tell you how many times I shut off my computer, unplugged it, tried to figure everything out, like plugged back in. Finally, I like unplugged everything. I just let it go. I let it completely power cycle for like a full 3 minutes or whatever. And I was like, okay. And I plugged everything back in. I was like, oh God, please. And like it finally kicked back on. And I'm so thankful. But I am like, like everyone right now, if you're watching this, back up whatever files you're like go back up.
You think he just like kicked the power button directly?
No. So this is what happened. So like he kicked the computer and I realized because of this, the cable in the back of my computer is loose. It's just like it has a loose connection in the back. But I don't know if it's just not getting enough power or like if something happened to like if I don't know what short circuited, but I was afraid that it like killed my memory or something. So I was just like terrified for a second. Thankfully that wasn't the case, but I was like, that was a lot of anxiety when I'm tired, but I did kind of wake me up a little. I was like, because I was like, I'm pretty sleepy. So yeah, dude, that was, so everyone just right now, just use this as a reason, as an excuse, just save your files and back them up, go on a Google Drive, make up a new Google account for extra free space and then use that drive.
That's the thing about Google Drives is you can pay for it. Or you can just make another email.
Yeah, it's very true.
And you can literally just make the next email with the number 2 after what your first email is.
Very true. You can do that. So yeah, go do that right now. Also, another thing you can do, please hit the subscribe button. It's over here.
Smash that sucker.
Please smash the subscribe button. It really does mean everything to us. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and go comment below. Actually, Steven, we've been doing giveaways lately. Do you want to do like a little sneaky? Because we're like in a midway like situation. Do you want to tell that like what's something they can like comment below for another giveaway in the future we'll do in a couple weeks?
Okay. You're in the wilderness trying to survive.
I like this.
You can choose one Pokemon.
Ooh, okay.
Which Pokemon are you bringing with you to survive? I mean, this could mean anything.
To hunt with you.
Survive the elements. I mean,
survive the elements.
What can this Pokemon do to get you safe?
I like this. I like this question. Do you have an answer, Steven?
Oh, for me, I'm going to go with a fire type, probably Arcanine, because he's big, sturdy. He could defend me. He's a dog kind of like Pokemon, so he could probably hunt. He can create campfires for me. I can ride him.
You know, I like to imagine that that would just be a perfect situation. Idealistically, like ideally, it would you just survive happily because of like his skills and your skills combined.
We just become like one with the forest.
Yeah, that's what I like to think. That's the case. My other side, the other thing is, I'm like Steven. That's a bad choice because you can't eat him because he's a dog type. Like I
He's a
couldn't do
dog
it.
type.
You can't eat
Can't,
him. Like I just like I feel like
he's too loyal.
you can eat most Pokemon, even if they're like conscious beings. I'm like I'll eat that.
I mean, straight up, there is a cow Pokemon called Miltank who's got a huge udder. Like, I mean, she could just be giving you milk, like endless supply of milk.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. You can do a lot with that milk. But yes, comment below and we will do another giveaway. However, Steven, let's just do want to do a giveaway now?
Yes.
Let's just do a giveaway. So previously on We Have Issues, we did one of these things. We were like, hey, comment below and you can get free stuff. So Steven, I don't know what we said we were going to give away, but we'll give away everything. I think that's usually what we do, right?
Just give them a copy of each.
Give them a copy of each and some stickers, right? So like whatever.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All righty. So this week, the people who decided to participate in the giveaway are producer Sean, Edwin, Tanya, Vivian, our good boy Jamantha Jones, Eric Fowler, and Amelia, sorry.
So I'm gonna love all these people. I love this.
They're all great.
There's no losers here.
These are true members of the colony, no question.
100%.
So I'm gonna go ahead and click the spin button.
Yes, Steven has a little spinny thing.
It is spinning, and we are going to. It's Fowler.
Fowler,
yeah. Fowler.
Fowler, you're gonna get copies of the stuff and whatever else we can send you. I think like at some point we have to do like mustache editions of our books where we just like send people if they already have the book, we'll just draw little mustaches and like eye patches on them or something because we have to. I don't know if Fowler has the scrapbook.
Yeah, Fowler, just let us know what you don't have, and I'll just send you what you don't have. Or if you want a copy of each just to give to somebody that's fine too. Just let me know.
Sounds cool. Steven, I have to just one quick thing. Like I have a couple things I want to bring up just before we go, but like just one quick thing that's been like plaguing me since I sat down here and I looked over there and I saw my movies and I was like, what's going on with this? So Steven, how familiar are you with Teen Wolf?
My knowledge in Teen Wolf is freshman level at best.
Okay, but like, have you seen the first one at least?
Yes, but it's been a long time, so I wouldn't remember specific moments. I know the gist of the story though.
Okay, that's really all you need. And like my question to you, Steven, is like, okay, Teen Wolf 1, right? Teen Wolf 1, it's basketball.
Basketball, right? Yeah.
Yep. It's Teen Wolf 1, Michael J. Fox, he's like, I'm a teen, now I'm a wolf. I've been playing basketball the whole time. I'm Scott. I'm a wolf. And then I have to learn.
People accept it too, right? People are just
yes.
There's a Teen Wolf on the team.
Yes, he's a Teen Wolf on the team. No, Steven, Teen Wolf 2, it's Jason Bateman. He's boxing. He's like, I'm a man, I'm a college guy. Now I'm a wolf. I'm a college wolf. I'm also boxing. I'm boxing the whole time. This is what I'm doing. Now, Steven, in both situations, they're like, there's nothing in the rule book that says a wolf can't participate in the team. Where it's like, why wasn't there escalation? Where was the like Batman-esque like villain escalation? Why was it just a boy becoming a wolf, learning he has to beat the other boys as a boy? That's not cool. He's a wolf. That's who he is.
That's who he is, baby.
That's who he is. Like what you're saying is like, no. Be less yourself. You can't be yourself because you're better than the other kids. What they should have done is been like, there's a dick over there. He's a teen dick. Like he's the worst there is. And it's like, oh wait, what? Like he's also a teen wolf. Like, oh no, he can just turn into a dick.
Idealistically, I think if they were just ahead of the game and knew what people wanted, Teen Wolf should have played a team where there was a teen vampire on the opposite team. That should. Is that what you were getting at?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, why wasn't he playing against a vampire?
Why did Underworld have to introduce us to this concept that was so apparent to us as kids playing with action figures?
It's like there's nothing in the rule book that says Cthulhu can't play on your team as long as you're in high school. It's just like,
oh yeah, well we got ourselves an ancient old god to play on our team. What you got now, Teen Wolf?
That's funny. It's like. Because like I get it, I love it. I like the story. I think as far as like the character development is concerned, yes, of course he should learn to like be his true self, whatever that means. If he's a wolf, if he's not, that's up to him. It's not up to the people. That's cool. Let him do what he wants. But Why does it always have to be like, no, I'm not the wolf? Sometimes you're the wolf. It's okay.
Sometimes you're the damn
like,
wolf. You know, all these memes about there's two wolves inside of people, and you have a literal wolf inside of
you
you.
have a literal wolf. Like, do it.
Literal.
Be the wolf. Like, if like Steven, I can't tell you. I can't tell you if I met someone and they were working at a retail store and they're like, yeah, I'm a werewolf. I'd be like, you're a fucking werewolf and you're working at Michael's? Like, get out of here.
You could at least be playing basketball right now.
Don't play basketball professionally.
Possibly a boxer.
Possibly be a boxer. There's probably a third option that I haven't seen. There's a whole TV series about it that I have not watched, but I'm hoping with everything in me that they explored other monsters playing basketball.
Oh my gosh. If not, like, why wouldn't they?
They have to have, right? They like my fear is they went like the Sookie Stackhouse route where they're like, oh yeah, it's a werepanther who loves skiing. And it's like, all right, like
love skiing and skeeting because that's what panthers do. Sex Panther ad. Like, but how great would Teen Wolf have been? Because it was around the same time as this. If like he's playing on the team, is like, yeah, but did you see what Jameson High has? And it's just and you like see David and his boys walk up and like
so awesome.
Like his squad is playing for the other team and it's like the Lost Boys versus the Teen Wolf. Like
that'd be too good. Like, I mean, we could. Like,
I don't know if I could have mentally handled that if I'm honest.
No, there's no chance. But like, even if they did, there was in Buffy in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, one of the basketball players actually was a vampire. In that movie. And remember he did the thing where like he dunked it and he floats down very slowly and she's the only one who's like, yeah, he's probably not a normal teenager. And then she hunts him and stuff. But it's like we have that guy and then it's like the zombie from My Boyfriend's Back. Like all these monsters could have easily converged that came at her on the same time.
I want, all these damn multiversal storylines. This is the multiverse I want.
Yes. I want a monster squad. I want the
Well, Schumacher, make it happen. I feel like you're the one that has the most cards in your hand.
It's true. We need those monster nips. Give them to us.
We got skit nips, and now we need some monster nips.
Oh man. But speaking of monsters and like movies and such, dude, I've been like killing my brain lately, just thinking about like because I keep cycling. Actually, we're supposed to do questions, and it kind of one of the questions ties into this. We only have a couple questions. Let's do questions from the colony.
Questions from the colony.
Okay, questions from the colony. This one's from Nick. It's at Nick_A_writes on Twitter. Go check him out. Nick's an awesome guy. He's a great writer. He has a book coming out soon. Go check him out. It's awesome. But his question is, in ideal conditions, how many pizzas could you and Stevie Wildcard take down in one sitting? How many pizzas could we take down in one sitting?
Dude, I think if we have like a good beer buzz going and like it's good times, I think that you and I, if it was like a goal.
Yes.
Are we just, wait, the question, is it leisurely? How many pizzas could we eat? Like, oh, we accidentally ate this many pizzas.
No.
Like, we're going for a goal.
We're trying going for gold. Because like I was going to say standard, we can eat one each. No problem. Yeah. Like one each, no problem. Going for more, like going for the gold, I'd say no crust involved. If we're eating
the triangle of the pizza and tossing that inch or two of crust.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, dude. I think we could probably smash 4 or 5.
I think so too. Like I think
we'd be sick afterwards, but
of course,
if we went to a place like Nice Guys or something and got like 4 or 5 variety pizzas where there's just different flavor explosions happening, I think we'd be all right.
Yeah, 100%.
Now tater tot flights from Nice Guys, I'm pretty sure I could eat like 20 or 30 of those flights.
Oh yeah, I'd kill myself. Like I would die.
I'd literally die eating tater tots.
100%. I would die while eating tater tots. Happily, by the way. That's how I would like to go. Thank you very much. The second question comes from Jen Story at Jen_story. And she has, I don't know if you've answered this one already, but what did you all want to do when you grew up?
Funny enough, because I found like yearbooks and stuff like that, and like I'm so glad that I've like stepped away from this slightly because like especially within recent information of like what special effects artists and like people like that do this go through. I wanted to be an animator. Was like my goal. Like I wanted to be an animator. I was really into animations and I wanted to be an animator, but I think at the end of the day, I just wanted to tell stories visually. So like I still accomplished my dream. Yeah. And I feel like if I would have went for the goal of an animator, I feel like it would have been more of a grunt, like a position where I'm just slaving over frame and not really feeling the love of the work besides the product afterwards.
Yeah,
you know?
That's the struggle. That's a struggle with like wanting to create things and visually and such, because I go through the same exact thing. I also would love to animate, I would love to be a stop motion, like to make a stop motion movie, but the tedium, like the time spent doing that for like the juice squeeze ratio is
Mm-hmm.
not there with certain animations given the amount of time we have for free time, you know, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we only have so much time, how do
It would
we?
be like the episode of Parks and Rec where Ben
Yes,
was working
with
on
Ben
that
Still.
thing for those 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That was 2 weeks of work. So yeah, similarly, I always wanted to make movies growing up. Like I wanted to mostly I wanted to write movies, but I always wanted to be like a director. I wanted to make movies somehow. Be it, you know, like animation or, you know, live action, stop motion, whatever I could make. I just wanted to make movies. And it just became like it didn't feel real or possible, like tangible to me. And like, you know, we tried. We've talked about that in the show a couple times. Like we've done like little short films and stuff. But it's really hard to get people together and do it at a young age, and I kind of got discouraged from it. So I moved on trying to make like comic books and stuff. And like Steven and I did that for a long time. And we kind of, you know, we struggled through it. And then eventually I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to write a book because it only takes me and I don't have to, like, once I write the thing, it's done, you know? So I wrote books. And then I was like, I miss the visual media because you can do, like, for me, I like dancing and the weird, like doing multiple things at once. I like that
Mm-hmm.
you can tell the story visually while the characters are speaking and having a different story,
And
dialogue,
having a narration,
narrative
like
going.
that's comic
Yes.
books are so cool for that. Like,
Yes, dude, and like I love it. And I freaking like I miss that. Like when I was writing my book, I was like, oh, this is all the narration with like little bits of like there are really great things you can do in novels, of course, but like I missed what comic books could do. You know, like the magic of that like narrative medium. That being said, Stephen, I feel like we answered the questions, but I'm gonna say like I've been thinking a lot about wanting to make movies lately, and it drives me crazy. And like I think what happens to me is like I start thinking like, I'm just like, I'm not so happy at my job right now. So I'm starting to like dream and have these like flights of fancy. And like, my brain is like chasing these whimsies and stuff. I'll get over it. And then like a week goes by and I'm like, yeah, I still just want to make a movie. Like, I just want to do, you know, and it's
just
just
want
like,
to get.
and it keeps happening. And I'm just like, okay, I'm at the point where like, I'm at the like shit or get off the pot point in my life where I'm like, look, I'm old enough to just do this thing. I know people who have made movies. I know people who have like been on similar paths, and I can learn from them and talk to them. And like, you know, like sometimes it's discouraging to do that though. So, you know, sometimes I'm like, I like, I don't know. Like, I think there's like some kind of magic in like the naivety of like, you know, just like passion, like impassioned ignorance, you know, like when it's
Mm-hmm.
well intended and aimed, you know, like in the right direction, you know, it's just like, look, I'm just going to keep beating against this wall until I figure out how to get through it. Whereas someone
Mm-hmm.
else will just tell me that it's impossible to get through to the other side. And I'm like, I know you didn't get through to the other side. It doesn't mean there's nothing over there. And it doesn't mean that I can't do it. My head might be a little harder than yours. I don't know, or I'm just
Yeah.
willing to bleed. I don't like I just want to freaking do it, you
I
know?
just want to try. I just want to shoot my shot.
Exactly. And like, so I've been thinking about it, and I think I do think that like my past my I do think that the path of most probable success and like joy with it would be if we did the How to Dispatch a Monster anthology. So it's like the remember the How to Dispatch a
Yes. The.
Vampire idea. So
Mm-hmm.
if because I was thinking about it, I was like, we can do Stakeout, we can do How to Dispatch Vampire, we can do Bury Your Dead, we can do that Alien idea if we want. Like,
Alienate Ted. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
for
like
sure.
we can do like all four of those at least, and it can have the tether of like the Terry character like being a dispatcher. All I have to do like for a Stakeout, for instance, all I have to do is add one scene where we call and be like, "There's a fucking vampire," and have him be like,
And
"Yeah,"
Terry's just on the
and,
other end.
and it's just Terry, and it's yeah. So it's just like, but that's it. Like he tethers all these stories together as the dispatch who just like answers calls or doesn't, you know. But like I think it would work, and I think it's you know I think it's kind of a funny idea. But the way I would go about, or the way I'd see, that's the thing. I have to start speaking in like not such a passive voice and try to just freaking
Mm.
do it. I think, you know, because like I think the next move is I already wrote Stakeout. That's probably the first one we should film because I think it's probably the easiest to film and the one that I think we can pull off like just the two of us with like a few other people, like, the smallest cast, the smallest amount of people.
So do you want to like maybe plan like the table read episode of We Have Issues
Yeah,
for the
that's
next
what
like
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So
sometime soon?
yes, because that's what I want to do, because I want to rewrite it. Like I want to punch it up, and like the way I like to punch things up is to read the script and see,
And
like, hey,
see how
that
it plays
works,
out
that
with
doesn't
other
work.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, and like sometimes things like work in your head, but like the way people say it, I'm like, I didn't like that, or like it's too hard to get that inflection out. So I have to figure out a better way to make that joke or whatever. So I want to do that. So we already know we're in. I think Diana might still be in. Sean is in, and I think Daniel say he wanted to do
Daniel's,
this
yes.
role? Okay. So we have a cast. We just have to get them all together. So that's part of what I'm gonna do this week, is I'm going to talk to you and them and see if we can plan the next few weeks like a read. So my question to you then is, do you think we should do that live, or should we record it and edit it? What do you think?
Live would be fun though.
It would be fun. Do you want to do? Yeah, I think live would be fun. Because I
feel
know,
like it broadens like the script reaction too. Like people can react in real time, so like people will be like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the live might be the good way to go.
All right, so I'm gonna get in touch. So let's move on to the next segment. Steven, what's next for us? What are you doing this week?
I got plenty of roughs to work on still. So like the best thing about doing 4 or 5 roughs that the week or so before is I like have awesome mind losing detail work I can just do.
Right.
So I can just like make something as cool looking as I want it to look. So I'm going to be modest this week, and I'm going to say I'm going to get 2 more pages fully done this week.
Heck yeah, dude. That's amazing. I'm going to catch up with whatever you send me. That's my plan, because I've been working really fast and I think I can do it. Like I truly, like I think, like I've been getting better at using my time, and also I have a little bit of time off of work, so it's like my weekends have like I've had more time to actually be productive, and it's been really good for the project. I will say in the next couple of weeks, I took a chunk of time off so I can letter or do whatever I have to do in that chunk, that I'm like, whatever will be the most productive in that time, I'm going to do it. I'm excited for that. It's not yet, but anyway, the other thing I'm going to do this week is I'm going to contact everyone who's going to be involved in our live table reading, and I'm going to make sure it's okay with them, to do it live and see if everyone's interested and come up with a plan. And we'll announce the date for that next week.
Sounds great.
Yes, dude. So I'm excited for that. It feels like progress. We're moving forward. We're gonna make this movie, and it's gonna be awesome. And we're freaking almost done with this comic, which is beautiful and incredible. And dude, I love it. I feel really good.
For those that read Deathless 1, like no slighting Deathless 1. Deathless 1 is fantastic, but it was, as Played Again was the precursor to Deathless. Like Deathless 1 is definitely like in terms of my art, like that's grown. Like Anthony, there's so much more for Anthony to write in this issue. He's not bogged down with setting up the story as much. So like, yeah, issue 2 is gonna be fun. It's basically gonna show you their dynamic, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I really like issue 2. I think there are a lot of fun jokes in it. I think it's a lot of fun. There's so much fun action in it. It's great. I'm excited, and issue 3 is going to be really cool and very like character driven and stuff. So it's going to be neat. But yes, thank you all. If you haven't read issue 1 of Deathless and you want to check it out, or if you want to replay it again, click the links below. We have everything available, of physical copies and digital, but check out our website at wehaveissuespodcast.com, or we also have digital copies of Played Again. You can read it on Amazon, Kindle and all that stuff. But for everyone who has been there and like supported it and like shows up and who's excited to read this and who's made it this far in this episode, thank you. We love you. We are so thankful for you.
We do.
Like, yeah, please know that like it means everything to us. I know it's like sometimes it's a silly show. We don't know what we're doing half the time. I mean, I write it all down. I wrote the good, the Vlad, and the ugly down on a piece of paper.
He wrote that, people.
Wrote it. But thank you for being a part of this colony. It means everything to us. If you have any suggestions for us or requests, or like you have questions that you would like us to answer on the show, let us know below, or just contact us on Twitter at We Have Issues Pod, or our personal links are below. You can always talk to us there. Steven's very active on Twitter and way cooler than I am. I've been like sucking lately on Twitter.
I'm pretty bad on the weekends. I think on the weekends you need to get a hold of Anthony on the weekends if you're looking for some We Have Issues love. But like during the week, especially during the day in between jobs, I'm pretty good. I try to be active.
Yeah. But Yeah, contact us there. But we love you. We are thankful for you, and let us know if there's any way we can support you in your book. Speaking of, you should right now go check out the amazing book, Variant Inoculum Episode One, The Colony by Jackson Howell. He's one of our good friends, like a member of the colony, longtime supporter, and amazing person altogether. Check him out on Twitter. Check out his book. It's absolutely worth reading. And we just want to let everyone know, like, if you have stuff that you want us to, tell people about, let us know and ask us questions and be a part of this thing that we're doing. And we're trying to, do this like mutually beneficial thing where we support, as many creators as we possibly can. It's hard to share everything that's out there, but we're trying. We're trying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so go check out Jackson's book. Let us know what book you're working on or what what things you'd like us to take a look at, and we'd love to check it out. But otherwise, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
We love you. I love you. I love you more than Anthony loves you, believe it or not.
It's true.
Especially right now because he's very tired. He wants to edit this episode.
I'm so ready.
I'm going to end this.
I'm not even going to edit. I'm going to leave everything in, all the bad stuff.
Oh, man, there was a lot, too. I mean, they're really going to see our true character. They're going to see our true character.
We're going to see him. We bottle it up and we never bring it up again. No, but we love it.
Oh, man.
So, I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next time.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. It's a solo time. Oh, damn. Anthony's so quick.
Not in this house.
You know what's crazy? On my shin, there is still like a scabby bump from that claw hammer from like 3 weeks ago now. Oh, yeah. God. I wonder if it's just going to have like, scar tissue in there because it was like deep.
Oh, yeah.
Deep wound, so.
It's crazy. Like when you do something, you're like, oh, yeah, that's like literally the Chris Farley. Like that's going to leave a mark. And it's like, oh, it did.
It really did.
This is just what I look like now.
It's just kind of like a comment on America because like I'm sure in other countries with healthcare they just go to the doctor. I'm just like meh, Neosporin, and I just quote Kung Pao.
It's true. Like like I burned my hand not too long ago, and I was like, well, it doesn't hurt terribly, so it's fine.
Basically, you just keep an eye out for infection. If it doesn't turn black. We're just gonna ride it out.
We're good. Who cares? All right, let me think. Do I have anything that's not gonna hang on? Our issues. What do I do with our issues?
We imprison them for 1,000 years, but every now and again they live again, and then Gargoyle's theme ensues, and that's the issues.
That's the issue.
Okay. The reason why is because I have 4 gargoyles. Tina bought me 3 gargoyles figures for Father's Day. I have Goliath, Bronx, Demona, and Hudson. So I still need Lexington, Broadway, and Brooklyn.
That's awesome, though. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta put them up somewhere.
And they're Nika figures too, so they're the cool ones.
Oh yeah, they're so cool. Oh, they're gorgeous, dude. I love those. We look at those like every time we've gone in
Target. Yeah, man, Target.
Like whatever they have, they're so freaking cool. All right. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, ready? It's episode 147. Here we go.